What's up, everybody? It's YouTube Best Champion of the World, Shane Morris here, as I'm here to discuss a few things. But first, I got a few announcements. So, of course, you guys already know that me and Josh are going to Louder in Life. If you check our Facebook or anything, me and Josh are going to Louder in Life again this year for all 3 days. As I have said in a previous video, or in the next video that's going to be up there. I don't know which video I'm going to upload first. But I'm also going to be moving out of my house and into an apartment to help me get through college while my mom goes to Cincinnati and live with her boyfriend. Because, yeah, that's how I need to be. I need to stay here in Louisville. Too much here for Louisville for me to leave. So I'm going to move to an apartment and work on there. But also, I wanted to talk about the amazing debates on the three things that's going to be happening very soon and pay-per-view wise, and I also want to talk about what I want to see on all three of the pay-per-views and why I want to see them the way it is. So the debate, of course, everybody has been wondering, what am I more excited to see? All In, SummerSlam, or NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Now this debate's been going on. It's All In or SummerSlam, but also people have been again, or do you think NXT TakeOver is going to do more better than All In and SummerSlam and All In are just going to be all talk and no hype? Or all it is no hype. I mean, all hype, but no action. No, not living up to its hype like DC movies. It's a very hard question for me to answer, and I really love answering this question because I like talking about what I would like to see out of all three. Now, we'll start with NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. NXT Brooklyn each year brings a lot to the table, especially within reasons. Like the first NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, we had Sasha Banks and Bayley in an Iron Man match for the women's title. And then we had Finn Balor and Kevin Owens for the NXT title on a ladder match. And that was awesome to see. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2, we had Austin Aries there. It was the debut of Bobby Roode. I think Andrade Cien Almas fought that night as well. We had, the main events of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn have been amazing, and the pay-per-view has been amazing altogether. Like, we had Shinsuke Nakamura vs. Samoa Joe for the NXT title. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 was the debut of the Red Dragons and Adam Cole, aka the Undisputed Era. I think I need to do it this way. There. I think that's how it's supposed to go like this, but I don't know if it goes, I need to do it like this, or do I need to do it like this because of the camera. But it's awesome to see how it's going to go. And then we also had Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode and a lot of the other matches that happened. Sanity versus the Authors of Pain in the tag team title match. It's going to be an awesome time to see SummerSlam, and now this year we have a lot of good matches that are going to happen. The card goes as followed. I will not be able to name all of the matches off of All In, or then I'll probably just say the matches of the night. But I kind of do remember NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4's match card, since there's only a few matches and it's only going to be a couple hours. But we'll talk about that. So the main event was going to be the NXT Championship on the line between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in the Last Man Standing match, which I believe is going to be an incredible match. And Johnny Gargano and Ciampa have always gotten 5-star matches from Dave Metzler. And I agree with him. We have Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane for the NXT Women's Championship. We have the NXT Tag Team titles between the Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain, between Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. And then we have, of course, the match I feel like is going to be match of the night. We have the North American Championship on the line between the Undisputed Era's leader, Adam Cole, versus Kentucky's own one and only Ricochet. And I believe that's going to be match of the night. That's a match I actually wanted to see happen in NXT before Undisputed Era goes to the main roster in WWE. And I believe NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 is going to blow the house down. I feel like it's going to be a really good night. SummerSlam, on the other hand, there's going to have to be a lot to happen on the card for SummerSlam if they want me to say SummerSlam was better than Brooklyn 4 and All In. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 need to do a lot to set the bar, not only for SummerSlam, but to put All In on their heels for Chicago. All In needs to do a lot to do theirs, but the card looks fantastic on all three events. I just can't name all the matches. I can name a few, I just can't name them all. All In, which is happening right around my birthday, and me, Josh, and my buddy Gavin are all going to be, you guys all remember Gavin. Gavin, Josh, aka Prescott25, and me are going to be watching All In that weekend because it's my birthday weekend. I tell them whatever the hell I want to watch, and we are going to watch All In because that's going to be my money I'm spending. It's like $40 for the pay-per-view. All In, I've been excited to know about since Dominion. Ever since Dominion came on, where we had Okada versus Omega, Young Bucks versus Sonata and Evil. We had Will Ospreay versus Takahashi, and Tanahashi, Rey Mysterio, and Jushin Thunder Liger against Cody Rhodes, Skrull, and Hangman Page. All In's going to have a lot of this stuff, like former TNA superstar Magnus, aka Nick Aldis, I think that's his name, is fighting Cody Rhodes for the NWA World Heavyweight title, which has not been relatively important since TNA dropped it for the TNA World Heavyweight title. We have the Briscoes fighting Frankie Kazarian and a partner of his choosing, I don't know who, because Christopher Daniels is fighting the Green Arrow himself, Stephen Amell, which I am hoping to see. I think that's for the ROH World Heavyweight title. We have Rey Mysterio, Phoenix, and I don't remember the other guy, but they're going to be facing Matt and Nick Jackson and the Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi. Excuse me, aka the runner-up for the G1 Climax tournament, who lost to Tanahashi. Tanahashi and Ibushi put up a good fight, and that's going to be a good night. That's going to be a good match. I'm trying to think if I remember any of the others that's on the card before I name the two matches, which I feel like are going to be match of the night. And then I'll tell you guys what I want from all three shows as soon as I'm done saying about the card. And I will not name predictions off. I just want things to happen if it happens. And people know some of the things I want already. And I might give a few of my predictions early on this card in case I had to name something. And then the two matches of the night, because I can't remember anything else of the card, is Kazuchika Okada versus Marty Scurll. And then that's going to be a good match. I feel like Okada is probably going to win that match, but it's going to take a lot to beat the villain. And then two of my favorite wrestlers. One, my favorite wrestler from New Japan, and my favorite wrestler from Lucha Underground. The Lucha Underground World Champion and used to be TNA World Champion, Zero Mero, Pentagon Dark, or Pentagon Jr., versus the Cleaner, Kenny Omega, in a one-on-one match. And I feel like that's going to tear the house down. Kenny's got a lot to redeem for himself, and so does Pentagon Jr. for a lot of the stuff that happened in TNA. Kenny Omega has a lot to redeem from himself after the losses he's had over Ibushi and Ishii in the tournament. So he has a lot to redeem after losing in the G1 Climax tournament. And I feel like those two matches are going to be really good because Okada needs to redeem himself, so does Marty Scurll, and so does Kenny Omega. Both, and so does Pentagon Dark after pay-per-view. Slammiversary, I think he lost. I think he lost at Slammiversary, but anyways, SummerSlam, I can probably name a lot of what's going to happen. On that card, we have AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, which I feel like is going to be match of the night. That match is including a lot of hype, but it is going to be an incredible match after all the story time building it's been doing for a little bit. We have Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. We have Charlotte, Becky, and Carmella for the SmackDown Women's title. We have New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers. We had the B-Team versus the Revival. We have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. We have Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens fighting for the Money in the Bank briefcase. We have Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. We have Miz versus Daniel Bryan. We have Ziggler versus Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose in Seth Rollins' corner. Dean Ambrose is back, thankfully. We have Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. We have Almas and Vega versus Rusev and Lana. Anything other? We have Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander. Why is everybody sitting there Facebooking me? But we have a lot to look forward for SummerSlam. Now, what I want out of these cards is not what's going to happen, but I want to happen. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, I want Matt Riddle to show up somewhere in there. It doesn't matter if he's just sitting in the crowd just saying, because if he shows up in the crowd, we are guaranteed to know that Matt Riddle is there. But I'm pretty sure Matt Riddle is already confirmed to be already on the main NXT roster. But I want him to like sneak attack the NXT champion and start off as a heel, maybe a face. Matt Riddle would be a great addition to the NXT roster, and I can't wait to see him in NXT. Johnny Gargano and Ciampa, I want to see a lot of violence. This match is going to be great because it was a triple threat until Aleister Black was found unconscious last Wednesday in the NXT in the Full Sail University parking lot at the end of NXT last Wednesday. Because originally, it was going to be Aleister Black versus Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in a triple threat for the NXT title. But then Aleister Black was found unconscious and was told he's just not going to compete because he's got a concussion. So Aleister Black is out. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are fighting for the title, which I'm hoping, I'm not going to say, I'm hoping if you guys know who I like, you guys already know who I want to win. I want to see Adam Cole and Ricochet tear the house down. That match of the night. I've been wanting this match ever since Ricochet has been in WWE. Ever since the North American title has been on the line, I've been wanting to see just a one-on-one between Ricochet and Adam Cole. Because they were the guys that I wanted to win the North American title at NXT TakeOver New Orleans when it happened in the ladder match. But I wanted to see either one of them win. And then I want to see a one-on-one rivalry between Ricochet and Adam Cole, which I'm thankfully now getting to see for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. That really is all I want to see. Oh, yeah. EC3 versus Velveteen Dream. That's going to happen at Brooklyn 4 as well. And I feel like that match is going to be impressive as well. That's going to be pretty difficult to pick a winner because I like both men. All in, I want to see incredible competition, of course. The biggest thing I would love to see, if All In can do it, and if this certain man is not dealing with Colt Cabana in the lawsuit. Oh, yeah, Jay Lethal is defending the title. My bad. Jay Lethal is defending the ROH World Heavyweight title against whoever wins in a Battle Royal. Predictions: Colt Cabana to go against Jay Lethal for the title. That's the only thing I'm spoiling and telling my prediction about All In. I would like to see CM Punk be there since it's in Chicago for that, and since he's been talking about joining New Japan or Ring of Honor, and since he's doing a meet and greet sign up in Chicago that weekend as well. But since his lawsuit with Colt Cabana is going on, I don't think he's going to probably be there, but I feel like he would. I want to see CM Punk join the Bullet Club. Or, to make things even more interesting, either cost Kenny Omega the win, or cost Cody to win for the NWA World Heavyweight title, or cost Kenny to win against Pentagon Dark, or Pentagon Jr., whatever you call him, and join Firing Squad with Tonga and Tangaloa. That would be an incredible ending to see that happen and see a CM Punk heel turn against the Bullet Club. And especially, or he betrays the Young Bucks, which would even be more dramatic, and then find out he's a part of the Firing Squad would be an incredible thing to see. That's the biggest thing I really wanted to see. SummerSlam, I have a lot of expectations for this. I see a lot of this happening. I want to see a cash-in, no matter who wins, between Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. If it's Kevin who wins, I want him to lose. If it's Braun, I want him to win the Universal title if he cashes in. I want to see a heel turn of some sort. Not a face turn. I want to see a full-blown heel turn for this one. As it happens every year, SummerSlam, someone turns heel. All the time, someone turns heel in SummerSlam. And it would be awesome to see a heel turn again. Especially if it could be Dean Ambrose turning back against his Shield, or a heel turn for Roman Reigns. Now, I'm already going to say this spoiler because everybody's already saying who they want to win between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I want Roman Reigns to win. And the way I want this to go on is kind of like how WrestleMania 34 went on. Roman Reigns gets beaten the crap out of by Brock Lesnar. But Roman Reigns does put on more of a fight, like he did at WrestleMania 31. And this is how I want the ending to go. But I know it wouldn't happen. If I was booking SummerSlam, this is how I would put this match. I would have Roman Reigns be up on Brock's shoulder for an F5. Paul Heyman comes in the back with a chair while the referee's unconscious, hits Brock and beats the living crap out of him with a chair. Gets Brock Lesnar distracted. Superman punch, another one, boing, boing, spear, 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns is the new Universal Champion. And what I would either really love to see is Paul Heyman put his hand out, he slaps the hand out, Dean Ambrose becomes a Paul Heyman guy, shakes his hand, and Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens cashes in. If Kevin cashes in, I want Kevin to lose. If Braun wins, I want him as Universal Champion. Or, I would like to see Paul Heyman be Roman Reigns' advocate. And have Roman Reigns be a Paul Heyman guy. And have an actual title reign like CM Punk's. Because if you compare CM Punk's title reign with Brock Lesnar, Punk looks like a way better champion than he was. I mean, Punk's title reign was really great. It was a really good title reign. He was actually a fighting champion, unlike this lazy little piece of shite we call the Universal Champion. I'm wanting to see Brock Lesnar lose his title and go to UFC. I really don't want even him coming back to WWE. I want him just leaving. I just want him to go, don't come back. That's how I feel it would happen. Yeah, that's the biggest thing without saying any spoilers. I would like to see Dean Ambrose turn heel some way. Maybe Roman Reigns turn heel some way. I want to see a cash in. I want to see a broken arm. I'm already going to say this spoiler. Ronda Rousey's winning. Ronda Rousey's going to break Alexa Bliss's arm. She's legit going to try to bend it, kind of like how she always does, but except all of a sudden she's going to be like, oh, it's really broken. Breaks the arm. And I don't have an answer on which pay-per-view is going to be the best one. All I can say is I'm really excited for all three and to see what they're going to bring to the table this year. Because SummerSlam, if they want to put All In on their heels and say, okay, we need to do this and make it like 10 times better, SummerSlam's going to have to do a lot of stuff, and so is NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 needs to do a lot to put SummerSlam on their heels and All In. And then SummerSlam needs to do the same, put Ring of Honor and New Japan on their heels to make them want to fight even more and make this pay-per-view a hell of a lot better. So, tune in to SummerSlam this Sunday. Tune in to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 this Saturday. Tune in to All In Saturday, September 1st. I think it's 7 o'clock on Fight TV. It's an app where you can watch like Ring of Honor, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You can you can watch MMA. You can watch boxing, martial arts. You can watch anything. It's free unless you're ordering a pay-per-view. That's the only exception. If you order a pay-per-view for Ring of Honor or TNA or MMA or for boxing or like a martial arts thing, you have to order it. If you get people to sign up and they order a pay-per-view, you get credits for that. Yeah, Fight TV is an impressive app. I have it. That's how I watch Slammiversary for TNA, and I'm going to say that's one of the best TNA pay-per-views I've seen. It is the best TNA pay-per-view I've ever seen. Even though Matt Sydal could have won and kept his NXT title. Not NXT title, X Division Championship, which I was pissed about. But, yeah, we'll see how SummerSlam goes. We'll see how NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Tune into the channel because I might have Prescott 25 help me make some predictions. We'll do some predictions, and we'll maybe, if you check out his channel, we'll maybe do some live streams of video games or something. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So, I thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you. Bye, kids! Later!